Jim Ash running the board for us. Joe Lesson on the camera.
God bless you.
Two best-looking guys in Lincoln. And, yeah, we're back here. We were discussing Bobby V's all-time baseball team, and Jim Ash got into it with us while we were off the air. And so I'm going to continue with the team.
All right.
My utility infielder is Mr. Pete Rose.
Wow. All right.
My utility outfielder.
I would definitely not go Pete Rose. Are you kidding me?
No, you got to.
He can only play first base.
But every pitch, he was up there to get a hit.
He was up there. If you're looking for another hitter, he's the guy. He's going to grind it out. That's for sure.
And, of course, my utility outfielder is the great Roberto Clemente.
Oh, love Roberto Clemente. One of the best. No, I'm gonna say it right now. The best arm in the history of Major League Baseball. The best.
Oh, yeah.
The best arm.
Yeah.
Followed by former Cardinal Rick Ankiel.
Yeah. I mean, Roberto'd gun a guy down at third for coming home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. From the wall.
With a strike.
Yeah.
With an absolute strike. I mean, I've watched. I didn't get to see him play, but the only man ever to finish his career with exactly 3,000 hits, which is
a double.
Pretty impressive. 3,000 hits is unbelievable. But the fact of the matter is that man still had a lot of career left.
He did.
When that tragic plane accident happened.
Yeah.
But what an unbelievable athlete. Just awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other guys you could throw. You have any other guys? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
my
pinch runner, of course, is Ricky Henderson.
Okay.
He's a pinch runner.
So you have a thing against guys on the juice, and Ricky Henderson, who was involved with Canseco,
yeah, you brought that
McGuire,
up. Yeah.
He was intertwined in there, but, probably the best base stealer we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he is the best base stealer we ever had.
But with the agents I'm in touch with, we haven't been able to find anything yet.
Okay,
right now I've got guys out looking for Dracula because it's Halloween.
You're a Cub fan, and Lou Brock was on that list.
Yeah, Lou Brock was a Cub, wasn't he? I know a guy that's got his rookie card in a Cub uniform.
They thought trading him off would get them to the World Series, and it backfired.
No, they haven't been there since 1908.
Yeah, it kind of actually wasn't 1914. I could be wrong.
Oh no, you're right. We were there in the 40s against Detroit. Last time we won it was 1908.
Yeah, 1908.
You're right.
You won.
Yeah. Well, heck, what were we last year? We were 61, and did we win 61?
101.
And 101. Yeah. Right. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. It's kind of that's an up and coming Cub team. Good farm system. It's solid.
Yeah. Hey, speaking, you guys are bored with my baseball team. We won't go any farther than that.
I'm good.
You know what I love listening to? I love listening to radio. And even though I'm a Cub fan, I like listening to Mike Shannon.
You do?
Because he's old school.
Yeah, see, I actually like listening to your guy, passed away last year, I'm sorry.
Ronnie.
Ron Santo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. You could tell he's a Cub fan. And he wore it on his sleeve, and it made it very entertaining to listen to, And I like guys like that aren't just about it's X's and O's. It's more about this is their team. They have an investment. That's always fun to watch or listen to. Even back, you had Jack Buck and Harry Carey. Those guys were some definitely class. I like to I get MLB at bat and whatnot, where you can listen to different radio stations from around the MLB, Major League Baseball. Love to turn on LA and listen out there, and San Francisco, San Diego. They all have really good announcers. Even a couple years ago, when you look at Philadelphia and a few other cities as well. I like listening to the other markets because you really get a feel for their excitement. But you also get a feel for some history because Vince Scully is one of the greatest announcers of all time, and he does simulcasts. He does both radio and TV. Right. So, and there's a few other guys out there that's just unbelievable to listen to.
A lot of great voices out there. As Jim Ash is, he's the voice of Logan County.
That's exactly right. I've heard some rumors about you too, but I don't know.
Well, the voice that I used to come up listening to, and I loved to listen to his voice, was a guy by the name of Mort Canner. And he did the Bradley Braves games back when Chet the Jet Walker was playing.
All right.
Great voice, yeah. He was a good one, and many others. My brother played down at Kentucky. Great radio name, Kaywood Ledford. Kaywood Ledford and Ralph Hacker with Kentucky Wildcat basketball. And then they'd read off the sponsors. So I loved listening to Kaywood. He passed away a few years ago, but great broadcaster. All right, now let's take a look at, I got my top 10 NFL teams. Hey, have you been up to the theater yet to watch the Bears play?
You know what? I haven't been.
Oh,
I've had a couple buddies go up there, and they said that's as much fun as you can have.
It's it feels like you're in grade school again.
Yep.
The place is packed. Free popcorn. No, not free popcorn.
Not free
You get free refills. You get in for free.
Yep, you get in for free. So they can't charge you to go in. So it's a good time to go out there, hang out with, take the family, to have some buddies up there, whatever.
Yeah, there's kids in there that they'll never forget it with their fathers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it gets a little loud in there.
Yeah, especially the Dallas Bears game.
Yeah.
There wasn't too many Detroit fans, but and now when is it? The 9th, I think, Monday Night Football, December 9th. I think but that's a great thing.
Yeah, you were talking about top 10 teams right now for you.
I think there's 9 of them that could get in the Super Bowl.
Wow. I mean, I'm looking over your list. I'm scratching my head, but one of them's one of my picks.
Most people do scratch their head when they look at
it. I'll read them off for the fans. These are Bob's top 10. Seattle Seahawks at number 10. Number 9, Denver Broncos. Number 8, Green Bay. Are you kidding me? You got Pittsburgh ahead of Green Bay on your list. Well, I guess we'll just keep going down the list.
Well, we can switch it, mate. I'm easy.
Atlanta Falcons at number 6. San Francisco 49ers at number 5. Houston Texans at number 4. New England at number 3. The Bears at number 2. And your New York Football Giants at number 1.
That's right, Howard.
Well, there is an old quote.
Yes.
Bob, you ignorant slut.
Oh, or there's no fool like an old fool.
No, I don't know. Houston Texans, that's pretty high up on the list. But then again, if you're talking top 10, you're right. Pretty much any of these teams, if they got hot, they could be there at the end. At the beginning of the year, before any games were played, I said it was going to be Denver against San Fran in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And, at the beginning, you thought, well, San Francisco's probably a lock. And now I'm thinking they may have came back down to earth a little bit. Teams have figured out their strategies. The Bears being up there, it's hard to argue with it, but they still have to. They are making improvements on their offensive line, so I guess that's a possibility. And the Giants are very opportunistic. So
I think it'll be the Bears and the 49ers.
Yeah, in the NFC Championship, Bears against 49ers. That'd be
that
a fun
can't
time.
be the Super Bowl?
No, that can't be the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Well, at least the Bears are going to be in the Super Bowl.
That'd be, if the Bears could be in the Super Bowl, that would be. Which I mean, it's very possible. That offensive line, I'm not gonna lie, kind of scares me. And with Jay Cutler, Forte, Brandon Marshall, and they have the offense that can get them there, but they are still not clicking. I still think last week was kind of how the whole year's went so far. Their defense really puts the pressure on the other team, and if the other team can't stay fast, they'll slip in the second half. The defense will take advantage, and then the offense will get a couple scores. So, big game coming up. Green Bay's been playing really well here the last few weeks. They seem to be clicking again a lot better. So Atlanta Falcons are still real tough. You know what? But you're right. The one thing I'm seeing on your list, you don't have a lot of AFC teams, and maybe it's a little stronger NFC this year than what we're used to. You got New England up there towards the top, and Texans up towards the top, Pittsburgh on there, and the Broncos. So those are your AFC teams. And I'm thinking that the NFC now that you got them out on the list, the NFC just looks a little stronger.
Well, I just threw it out there. Hey,
it's a fun list.
3/4 of the way through the show here. Let's try a little street trivia. We're not getting any calls. Let's see if you can stump me. Who's your driver, Matt?
Matthew, yeah.
You can even have him on your team. I'll try and stump you.
Wow, that would be like, never mind.
We'll just well, do you know one somewhere that maybe I don't know? I got to tell where it's at. Maybe Jim Ash's. Jim Ash has got one by his house. He's got an oddball street. It's a block long. It's between Woodlawn and Park Place. And
Edgar.
Edgar, you got it.
Yeah. See, I don't know this. I don't memorize the streets that are around them. I can go straight to the street. That's my only
Now,
problem.
there's a really tough one, but it's tough because it's by Crazy Man's house, Jeff number 2. It's between Holly Drive and what do they call that? Memorial Park Road? Yeah.
Huh.
Nobody in the world can get that one. There's only one house on it. Former mailman lives on it.
Yeah, I know.
Terry Hazley.
I know the road you're talking about, but I don't know the street.
Heather.
It is Heather.
That's Heather Street, yes. And earlier, Bobby V got lost in the chambers of his mind off of Westminster, and Matthew had to tell us the cul-de-sac out there.
Yeah, what was that?
Canterbury.
Canterbury Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys from the Midwest call it Barry, but it's really Bury. Canterbury.
Canterbury up there.
Yeah.
There where it gets a little bit cooler.
Like Mike Shannon, when they were playing the Nationals, he kept calling it Washington.
Washington. St. Louis.
Yeah.
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 St. Louis was referred to about 4 times in the series.
And then the winning runs on base in the second inning. I heard Mike say that in the playoffs. You know, you don't ever say the winning runs on second base in the second inning.
Well, depends who is pitching. You know, we were talking earlier about Gibson. If Gibson's pitching, it may be.
Yeah.
You're only as good as tomorrow's pitcher. So, goodness. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Over here, kind of behind, just off of Woodlawn Road, there's a little cul-de-sac to the south, I guess would be the best way to say it. There's a couple apartment complexes on there.
Apartment complexes.
Yeah, you go up here, take a right, just behind like Walgreens, I guess, kind of back in there.
Is that Hauser Court?
Yeah.
All right.
Back in there. And Home, I guess Home leads up to that, right?
Home Avenue?
Home Avenue drives right into it.
No, Home Avenue's out off of Wyatt Avenue.
Or Home's. Okay.
Hauser Court, I believe, is off Monroe Street.
Oh, what is that?
Heinzel, that's off of, that's the street that goes in front of Northwest Grade School. That's 11th Street.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, that's Heinzel Court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dropping some street knowledge.
Yeah.
We had a call, do you know any of the streets on Angel Valley?
Well, that's a piece of cake, isn't it?
Home.
Froer.
Willamette. Do you say Willamette or Willamette?
I say
Willard.
Willamette.
Okay.
I worked with a lady that called it Williamette.
Well, my sister worked at Willamette for a while, and she was reprimanded.
Well,
one
that's
day,
right. Yeah.
It was said that if you do not pronounce it Willamette, you will have to go home.
Is that right?
Yes.
So then she pulled out her 45 and.
Basically, she started making notes on a piece of paper. I do not belong here. I need to get into the insurance business.
Well, deep in Angel Valley, there's Sunset and Bryan and Comet.
Comet, yep. I forgot about
then the main streets in the valley are Froer, Willamette, Willard. Yeah, Willard the Rat. And actually, for the old school people, they call Wyatt Avenue the border of Angel Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I can see that.
Yeah.
Nice little neighborhood down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angel Valley.
Some houses being actually redone over there. A couple of them look really nice.
Yeah. And then back in the old days up north, the coal miners. My grandfather was a coal miner, and I don't know if I'm just on my side of the tracks, but once you got up past the other set of tracks there by where our water tower's at, Old Stetson, China, those guys were called bull hunks.
Really?
If you were a German coal miner, you were a bull hunk. So that's the way it came down. I don't think there were any gang fights then, like in West Side Story or anything, but.
Or, Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy, yeah.
What else we got going on, Bob?
Well, in case we get in any trouble over the Halloween season, we've got Jim Grimaldi's. He's a criminal defense attorney. He's Logan County's only law firm dedicated exclusively to the practice of criminal law.
Absolutely, and the Christian Village is sponsoring our show today. The area's leader for senior living and healthcare services, phone 732-2189 for a tour.
And, of course, we want to thank the Eaton Corporation because they lend those football fields to our young youths coming up to play football. I think there's like 190-some kids in that league now.
Yeah, boy, they had a little event that would have been almost 3 or 4 weeks ago now, last weekend of the year. double day, Saturday and Sunday. The field looked absolutely awesome. Tons of parents and families out there. I mean, it was really a good-looking event for youth football out there at Eden Corporation. They've done a great job with those fields. What a great thing.
Yeah, thanks to those people. And weather-wise, our weather report, Jake, Hurricane Sandy may make landfall either in Delaware or in Long Island.
Talking about the monster storm, the
perfect storm,
Frankenstorm. I mean,
yeah, they're comparing it to that movie, The Perfect Storm, because the cold front's coming down from Canada.
Well, that actually was a true story, right?
Yes, yes.
The Perfect Storm with 100-foot waves and whatnot. I know the U.S. Navy just pushed the ships offshore in Virginia, have them out in the middle of the water there, so that way they don't get bombarded by the big waves by the coastal land. So, yeah, pretty serious event. A few years back, talking about that time of the Perfect Storm, they had nearly, what was it, almost $500 million worth of damage, if I'm thinking right, which to categorize it today would be like $2 billion.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's just a totally different money now.
Yeah.
Plus, people that live next to the roads now or next to the water nowadays will put a little bit bigger house.
Yeah. A little higher.
Yeah, it's not just a little shack anymore.
Back when I was in the Army, we used to go swimming out in Delaware. And
Did you really?
Yeah, we caught some hurricane waves there. Great surfing, great rides.
All right. You do some surfing, did you?
No, we didn't surf. We rented out canvas, I don't know what they were, kind of floaties.
Yeah.
And you'd ride those, and the waves were so high, when you were out past the breakers, you couldn't see the houses. And then they'd bring you in all the way, sweep you up on the beach.
Goodness.
And you had to know what you were doing, because you had to dive up underneath those waves to get back out.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun for some guys from the Midwest.
I was going to say, every time I go out to the East Coast, it's always a fun time. I love getting crashed and beat up by the waves. So my wife, not so much.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what we're going to do while I catch my breath after catching that last wave. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back in the cheap seat.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Whose dogs are? Is that your dogs, Bob?
Those are Count Dracula's.
So we actually had a caller call in, wanting to know what street near Lincoln College has no house on it.
Coming off of Woodlawn,
Coming off of Woodlawn Road.
Which,
or Keokuk, I guess it would be.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I didn't know it. I'm not going to lie.
Matthew told us.
Yeah, Matt told us. I didn't know until he told us.
Yeah. And we were just talking. She probably thought of that because we were talking about the beach at Delaware.
Yeah,
Beach
that's
Street.
exactly right. And Beach's Tanning Salon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throwing it out there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And where is the only outdoor palm tree in Lincoln?
Actually, palm tree or banana tree? I mean, because banana tree kind of is classified as a palm, right?
I didn't know that. No. This is a palm tree, and it's close to here. You see it every day.
Really? The tropics?
The tropics. And the other day, I did the most exciting thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah?
I went up to the Oasis and played pinochle with the 80 and 90-year-old tribe. And there are palm trees on the walls in there.
Yeah.
But outside, it's the tropics.
Actually, one of my employees has 2 banana trees in her backyard.
She does?
Yeah.
All right, we won't give up her address.
She has to cover them about 4 feet up, I believe, with mulch every year. So it doesn't kill them off. The frost doesn't kill them off.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Wow.
I mean, I have to admit, they're quite impressive during the summertime when she has get-togethers. So.
That is cool. And my mother's got a pear tree in the backyard, and it was abundant this year in the drought.
Really?
And I was talking to an elderly gentleman the other day, and he said he had 2 apple trees and he had more apples than he'd ever had. So.
Wow.
Crazy for the drought.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I went up to the orchard there in Tanner's, and I had some. I apologize. I had some friends up at Tanner's at the orchard, and they did not have any apples.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough actually this year up there. So they actually had to import them.
Look at our cameraman Joe Lesney's bored to death. We should put headphones on him so he can get in on the so we can get the younger viewpoint.
Well, Joe slipped the other day, and he may be out of action for a little while. So
We have another call.
Yes, sir.
I want to know where the only lighthouse in Lincoln is located.
Wow.
The only lighthouse.
The only lighthouse in Lincoln. They've got me stumped.
Lighthouse in Lincoln.
I have no idea.
It's on Home Avenue.
Home Avenue.
Really?
We're going to have to take a ride after we get off.
Yeah.
After we get off work here. Maybe Jim will pay us time and a half to go look for that White House.
Oh, yeah, he'll pay us twice what we made yesterday.
Well, there's a lot of a lighthouse, like
A lighthouse?
in the bay type lighthouse.
I mean, if they would have said something like, you know, a windmill or something.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, here comes another one.
They sounded angry.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Cole.
Hi.
Hey, we have a question for Bob, Verderber, or Jake, either one.
Okay, we're here.
Am I on the radio now?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you are. It's your big moment.
Oh, the big moment. Hey, I need a big load of furniture immediately. Come up to Sunset Drive. Come out.
Sure. We'll bring a load out.
That sounds good.
You got your checkbook?
Does that mean Bob has to do it?
Radio now? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is this Saturday Night Live extras or what?
Yeah, so we're on Sunset Drive. Do you know where the two places of Sunset Drive are in Lincoln?
Yes.
Logan County?
One out of Epperson Edition and one in the Valley.
What's that?
One out of Epperson Edition and one in the Valley.
Yeah, I figured you'd know it because you've delivered us some furniture before.
Yep, and you've got a new neighbor moving out there right today, actually.
Who's that?
You've got a new neighbor moving out there today, Wes and Angela. All the way towards the end.
Angela?
Yep. Thank you for the call.
Okay, you're welcome.
Absolutely, yeah. Out of the Epperson Edition, there's a nice Sunset Drive as well as down there in the Valley.
That's
I
right.
think one of them's Avenue and one's Drive, if I'm thinking.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm thinking, because that used to stump me in the past, so
Yeah.
now we pretty much ask where you're at. There's also, is it two Pheasant Runs?
Well, you know, I only deal with the city streets. So,
Yeah, so,
But I know there's a
so I
Pheasant
can
Run.
stump you there, huh?
Yeah. I'm not a county guy. I know that I think the avenues in the country run east and west,
Yeah.
and the streets are
North-south,
yeah. No, it's the opposite. Streets are
yeah. Yeah, you're right.
streets
We'll
are
figure it out one of
yeah.
these days when we get out there and we can't find our way home.
Yeah.
That's why we have cameraman Joe Lesson standing there.
We just look for the
Ready for
lighthouse on
attention.
Home Avenue.
I don't know where the lighthouse is.
I don't either.
I mean, Home Avenue is not that big, so you'd think I'd know.
Maybe it's past where we have water.
All right. What about, is there a Lake Street?
There's a Lake Street. The Lake Street is on the way down to the water plant on South State Street. You know, there's Broadwell Drive,
Yep.
the hill.
Keep going,
Then the
and
next
it wraps
one-
around.
Yeah, then there's Lake Street.
That's what
They're both, well, Lake Street's a dead end.
Yeah.
And then Broadwell.
Sounds like a nice place to live.
Yes, it is. There's a machine gun fire and dogs barking.
Redbud Lane?
Redbud Lane. You got me stumped there.
Lincoln Lakes?
The Lincoln Lakes. That's right. That's not on our water.
No?
See, the
Oh,
water. We've
okay.
got water on South Lake Road, Willow Lane, and Cottonwood Lane.
Okay.
And then there's North Street, Center Street, and South Street. Center Street. There's another street without a house on it. That's down
Right.
between. Is that Gavin and
Gavin, yeah.
Gavin or Gavin and Elm Street?
There's actually a road in between there.
No,
too,
no,
isn't
it's between. I'm sorry, it's
Oscar's
between
in
Elm
between.
and Oscar.
there? Yeah, Oscar's in between there.
Yeah, Elm and Oscar Robertson Street.
I'm with you. I
Hey,
I
yeah.
know a couple of these roads.
Speaking of that, I got my all-time NBA basketball team.
Oh, no.
The top 12 guys on there.
Oh, no.
Oh, you probably don't want to hear that.
Only if Dr. J's on it.
Dr. J's on it.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Julius Irving's on it.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah.
you can go with it then. Let's hear
Dr. Julius Irving.
it. Okay.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Really?
The
Okay.
guy's unstoppable and meet the basket.
Only in the last half of his career. His first half, he didn't know how to play offense.
I wasn't playing in the league then. But
No, okay.
Yeah. Oscar
Fortunately
Robertson.
for him.
Oscar Robertson, of course, is on it.
Yeah.
And
Brian Cook could have made the list.
No, but I hear he's going to play in his 10th year in the NBA this year somewhere.
To be honest, that's pretty unbelievable, really.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying against him. I'm saying anybody to be in the NBA for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes a toll on your body for one thing.
He played at Rebel Memorial Court, so.
That's exactly right. That's the first time I ever played against him.
Is that right?
Yep.
On the court.
First, he was an 8th grader going into freshman, and he was skinny as a rail.
So you actually got some shots off him.
I checked him up against that garage door about 5 times.
Don't you love that? Don't you love that sound? The
yeah.
tools rattling on the inside of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
You get blasted off of there. One of my nephews, Reuben Bowlby, broke my rib there one time.
Really?
Tony Semple broke my rib. You can tell I'm stupid. I tried to.
You played against?
Yeah.
I played against Tony Semple once. It wasn't pretty.
I think we got a phone call.
I turned it off. You got to turn it on, Bob.
Oh.
Here we go.
Go ahead. This is Tournament Central. Go ahead. Hello?
Hi, this is a question for Jake.
Okay.
We got Jake right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, hey Jake. I need some furniture in a hurry. I live out here on one of these streets. I'm old. They used to call it the Grand Old Party neighborhood. What are those 3 streets in the Grand Old Party?
Now,
I know, like, damn, I gave the.
Are you a Cub fan by any chance?
Huh?
Are you a Cub fan by any chance?
Pardon me?
Are you a Cub fan by any chance?
Well, I'm just a fan of who I'm with. If I'm in St. Louis, I'm a Cardinal fan. If somebody takes me to Chicago to the Cub game.
Whoever gets her a ticket.
I'm a Cub.
Understood.
I just ride the rail.
You live on the rails.
Hey, is Jake going to answer my question, or they give it away?
I don't have an answer for you. I didn't know. I don't know these old.
The Grand Old Party.
Whoa.
Say it again.
What'd you say? The Grand Old Party. You got to turn your radio off.
Grand old.
All right.
Party.
We'll send the rescue unit out. Love you. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Don't worry, Joe's on his way. Grand Old Party is that over behind the old regions over here in this area? Not like Madison, Monroe, those.
Could be Madison, Monroe, Jefferson.
That's what I was thinking.
Oglesby. Yeah.
Okay, that's where she's talking about. See, I've never heard it called that before.
Oh, you knew it, Jim? Oh, okay.
Really?
Grand Oglesby and Palmer.
Oh, Grand Old. Oh, there you go.
Party on.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it was referred to.
What 2 streets?
I know the roads really well.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
But
I didn't know it was a Grand Old Party.
I don't know these old terms you guys use for these areas.
I didn't
I'm
know
from
that.
Beeson and Waynesville, guys.
Yeah.
You know, well, our towns have 3 streets.
You're
so,
in the big city now.
Yeah, we don't refer to areas of town as anything, but that's where that's where Mrs. Schmidt lives and old man Smithers.
Yeah. Hey, what's the only 2 streets in Lincoln named after astronauts? I think we got a call. This is Tournament Central.
Hey, I'm your younger sister. I know the Grand Old Party. That's BK.
Grand Oglesby and Palmer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what's the only 2 streets in Lincoln named after astronauts?
Oh, that would be McDivitt and White.
That is correct. You're a big winner.
Okay.
Nice.
You get to be my sister.
Today.
We're studying the astronauts and the Mercury and the Gemini and Apollo project now in school. It's awesome. They show old footage of the landings, and then they have interviews with the surviving astronauts.
Did you finally let your students read Rocket Man?
It's ordered. It's on order.
Nice.
We're going to be
All right.
studying it soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I like the way this show's
Have a great
going.
day.
all right. Thanks for coming
Sign
over.
off.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
see
Love
ya.
you. Adios.
Love you. Bye.
I love the way this show's going today. I could do the street game. I'm not gonna lie, a lot more.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's some fun times right there.
Okay. Well, the next time they have me back,
We will bring some street
Pick up
trivia.
some new streets, or we'll make them, or
Oh
something.
yeah, we'll invent something around here.
All right, we want to thank our bodyguard, Joe Lesson.
Yeah.
We want to thank the main man, Jim Ash.
I'm really hoping Joe can get back here soon and get back on his feet.
Okay. I'm glad Jeff number 2 wasn't here.
Yeah, he's on assignment.
He's on assignment. He's on the Mercury or Apollo project somewhere.
And we got Josh Komnick. He's wanting to get on here. Josh, I'm sorry, buddy. We're out of time.
We're out of time.
We'll have to.
Here,
we'll
I'll
have
show
to
him
get
my
you on
pocket
next
knife.
time. Yep, we'll get you on next time, Josh. Don't worry.
Well,
Thanks to all of our sponsors, all of our friends, everybody that listens.
Thank
Bob?
you, Jake.
Thank you.
Thank you, James, and all our fine sponsors. Thanks for listening.